Hello, everybody. Welcome back to That's Football and welcome back to Win, Lose or Draw, the Premier League predictions with me and Robbie. He's laughing anyway. We'll do the scores from last week in a minute, but we always start with the big game of the week, and the big game of the week involves Robbie's Arsenal. They're going to Chelsea. Chelsea had a very, very good run of things at the moment, Robbie, and it's a tough place to go, but, you know, Arsenal have, once this is out the way, if you can avoid defeat, you've basically been everywhere, haven't you, apart from the Etihad? So how are you feeling going into this game? Arsenal 6 points clear. You could kill Chelsea off if you win.
Yeah, we could. I mean, it's a tough game. They are a very good side, as you said. You know, I mean, big win for them during the week. They've been playing well. They've been playing very well, but so have we. We've only lost one game this season in the Premier League. And I look at it and think that, you know, at Chelsea, Arsenal over the last few seasons, we've had a good record. You know what I mean? We haven't lost there for a good few times. And I'm pretty confident going into the game. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a really good game. You know what I mean? Because, as I said, Chelsea, I do think they're a really, really good side. And they are clicking at the moment. I don't think they'll sustain it throughout the season. Just because they've got a very young side, but they are a very good. You know what I mean? Of all the teams I've seen playing this season, they're one of the best. They're one of the best teams out there. You know what I mean? When they get it together, and the atmosphere will be great. I always look forward to this game. It's always a really good derby game, and it's always a good away. It's great to be in that way end at Stamford Bridge. So it's going to be a top quality game with a lot of good matchups right around the pitch. And I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a real heavyweight clash, I feel, on Sunday.
It's interesting with Chelsea because I think, like you're saying, we played Chelsea at Old Trafford and they were down to 10 men in no time, and they did play really well. And there seems to be a bit, even in the Chelsea fan base, I've seen certain like content Chelsea fans who just seem to have it in for Maresca. But I mean, sometimes I don't know what you want as a United fan. I'm like, I'd take what Maresca's doing at United. Like, he's kept them well organised, they score goals. I agree with you. I think they're a work in progress, but you know they're there by merit after 12 games. Second place. I was going to ask you this before we do predictions. Who do you see if Arsenal are in a title race? And I think you'd even agree with that. I know some Arsenal fans try and play it down, but you definitely are. Who do you see as the biggest rival to that? Is it Chelsea in second, or do you still see Man City, or obviously not Liverpool? I don't think.
I still see it as Man City. I still feel Man City are the biggest rivals to that, but Chelsea are there. Chelsea are in a title race. You know, they don't want to admit it. They don't want to say it. For me, they should be saying it because they spent a lot of money. And I know there's a lot of young players, but when I hear this stuff when they're saying sometimes about, well, you know, it's a few years away. When Arsenal 3 years ago, nobody was expecting us to be in a title race, and we were in it. We were in it. You're in the title race. I think that's one of the things with Maresca, maybe where some of their fans are like, well, why are we playing this down? You're in it. Yeah. You're in the title race. You know what I mean? You're not Brighton, who have, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you're up near the top, but you're thinking, we're not going to sustain this throughout the season. You're Chelsea, and you've spent, you know, 1.5, nearly £2 billion, I think it is, on assembling this squad. You've got players like Caicedo. You got players like Estavio, Cole Palmer, even though I know he's not fit. You got quality right throughout the team. You are in a title race, right? So don't deny it. You got to go for it, you know. And but I feel City. It will be more City than. But Chelsea are in a title race because they're a very, very good side. They're going to beat the majority of teams this season.
And if Arsenal beat them on the weekend, that becomes a 9-point gap, and Man City beat Leeds, and they're 7 points behind. So you can see how that can change really, really quickly.
And if they were to beat us, they're only 3 points behind. So they've got to be in a title race. It's a huge game for Arsenal. If, like you said, you could put a 9-point gap in front of them, that would be massive. It'd be a statement to say that we've beaten them. You know, but I think a little bit of the pressure is off Arsenal having to be an absolute must-win, which would have been if it had gone against us last week. I think last weekend was good for Arsenal. You know what I mean? Like, you know, with City losing and Liverpool losing, that you know, even I think it released a little bit of the pressure when we went into that game against Tottenham. We knew obviously we'll have to win it. It's a North London derby, but we could play with a bit of freedom just because City hadn't put the pressure on that we thought they were going to do. But it's big. It's a massive game. Massive, massive game.
Which way are you going, Robbie?
It's a tight one because last year it was a draw. No, let me back my team, man. I'm going to go with an Arsenal win. We're playing well at the moment. I'm going to go with an Arsenal win. We've been good away from home. We won't go with that crazy high line that Barcelona went with, that's for sure. So I'm going to go with a narrow Arsenal win. It could even be a 1-0 Arsenal.
I broke mine down this week. So, I'd have to change what I've written down. I'm going for an Arsenal win as well. And I did probably do the same as you. I did sort of play around with a draw. And I do totally take on board that Chelsea could win. But I just think that Arsenal are so used to playing against teams that park the bus. And Chelsea can't do that at Stamford Bridge. And I think when we've seen Arsenal, when teams open up, like Spurs, Atletico Madrid, they become a different team. And I just think that we might see what Arsenal, it might be a real statement win from Arsenal on Sunday. I want Chelsea to get something for the title race. I think it's, I would like to see
about any title race.
I do, because I'm not a bloody Arsenal fan. But I think the Rice-Caicedo matchup is going to be good. There's so many good matchups. But unless Chelsea are going to play deep and, which I don't think they will, I think
they won't.
It's a rare chance to see Arsenal actually, like the Bayern game, it's a chance to see Arsenal have a go. And when we see Arsenal have a go, they're very good. So, yeah, as much as I probably should go with something different, I'm going to stick with what I'd said and written down.
A draw is a good shout for this game, to be fair. It was a draw last year. But I've got to fancy us. This is another big game for Arsenal. Big game. And at the moment, we're relishing these big games.
Right. Now is the time. Last week, just before we go through the rest of the week predictions, last week it was 53-52. I got it back to a point. It's back to 3 points again. It's 59-56. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I sort of the first score I looked at was one that I'd got and you hadn't got, and I'm trying to think which one it was because I'm looking through the list and there ain't that many. I think it was Palace winning against Wolves and you'd gone with a draw. So I was very happy with that. But then I went through the list. Chelsea, we both had to win against Burnley. This is the one where this is what I'm up against with Robbie, right? These are the curveballs he throws out. Bournemouth, West Ham. I'll go with a Bournemouth win. He goes with a draw. West Ham draw at Bournemouth. I mean, I've got to give kudos to that. That was
and I said West Ham are playing better.
This is why he's top. He's the guru. We've got Brighton against Brentford. We both got that. Fulham against Sunderland. For some reason, I backed Sunderland for a draw. Fulham won. Robbie got that one. So that is 2 clear there. Liverpool, neither of us got that one. Wolves Palace, I got that one. So that's 1 back for me. It's a 1 point gap. Newcastle City, neither of us went with Newcastle to win. Robbie went draw. I went City. Villa Leeds, I went with the draw. You went with Villa. So that's opened up a 2 point gap again.
Villa playing well.
Arsenal draw. Arsenal, we both got that. And United Everton, neither of us got that one.
Sure.
So 2 points up for the week, which means you're 3 points up in total, 59-56. So I've got some work to do again, just when I start to get back into it. But it just shows you, these curveball ones, maybe I've got to start playing a little bit more loose, although I think I do play quite loose. We got, I'm first then, Brentford against Burnley. I mean, I can't play loose in that one. I'm going Brentford win.
Yeah, no, that's a Brentford win for me as well. Burnley, they haven't got enough up top, man. Work hard on his team, but I think Brentford's been very impressive this season, at home especially. So yeah, Brentford for me.
I just think City and Leeds, as I said last week, they fell into that category now of newly promoted teams who've discovered how to lose every week, and that's that's very worrying. Talking of which, you're first on this one: City versus Leeds.
Well, I'd love Leeds to do something, but they're Erling Haaland. I mean, they've just suffered a defeat during the week. They're not suffering 2 back-to-back it's well, that would be 3, isn't it?
Yeah,
because they lost last weekend as well. And Newcastle, by the way, were brilliant in that game. But that's Newcastle. Leeds ain't got those weapons. City win all day long, unfortunately.
No, I agree with that one. Me first on. Oh, this is a better game. Sunderland, Bournemouth. Bournemouth Bournemouth are in a bit of a bad run at the moment. They've lost not 1 in 3. Did get a good draw against West Ham. Sunderland haven't won in 3 either. Actually, 2 draws and a loss. Obviously, one of those draws was Arsenal at home. I'm going to stick with. I think Sunderland are the hope from the newly promoted team, so I'm going to go with a home win, Sunderland, on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sunderland win as well. Ooh. Where am I? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go with a draw. Let me go with a draw.
Draw. Okay. I did, to be honest. I put that question mark next to mine, but there we go.
Okay.
You're first on this one. This is an interesting one. Obviously, Everton fresh off a win against Man United and 10 men, and Newcastle fresh off a win, but not very good in the Champions League. They got well beaten in the Champions League away from home. Everton Newcastle Saturday evening game.
It's a tough game for Newcastle off the back of that defeat at Marseille. Everton were very impressive against United. I'm going to go with the Everton win. I'm going to go with Everton continuing that on. They did really, really well. They'll be rested and ready. These are sometimes the difficulties when you play in the Champions League and then you face a team that's, at home, hungry. It's not an easy place to go to after playing during the week. I've got to go with Everton.
The interesting thing in this is that Everton are already 3 points ahead of Newcastle. That's, Newcastle did win last week and they're sort of trying to get back in the top 4 race. If Everton could win this game,
it'd be huge for them.
They'll be right up there. They're above Liverpool at the moment. Everton, Newcastle. I mean, just don't think Eddie Howe can afford to lose it, but they were very good against us, Everton. I'm going to go with I've got to try and get different things here. I'm going to go with a draw. I'll go with a draw in that one. Everton, Newcastle. I'll go with a draw. Sure. I don't dare go for a Newcastle win. Me first, then. Spurs against Fulham. This is like one of those ones where you haven't got a clue. It's pissing in the wind time. Spurs are so bad, as you know. We played them at home. They were terrible. Fulham are not that good away from home either. I'm going to do the dangerous thing and say a Spurs win, I think, on this one, Robbie.
Spurs last week, they were the worst team. And I'm not just saying this to hate on Spurs, even though I hate Spurs, but I'm not just saying this to hate on them because, fair's dues where it's due. They got some good players in that team. But last week, they were the worst team to come to the Emirates this season. They were terrible. And then they've got a poor record at home. And I think Fulham will fancy this. I don't think Fulham will win. I can see a draw in this. They've been really bad, Spurs. Really bad. At home, when I think about it, that game against Chelsea, they were terrible. Remember even when they played Wolves? They're lucky to get a draw out of that at home. I can see. I'm going for a draw.
Yeah, fair play. I think you can see any result in this. It's Spurs at home, isn't it? Spurs at home, and Fulham are unpredictable. And
against United, they were poor, lackluster at home. So,
they've already lost a few at home, haven't they? The Bournemouth, beat them
they lost to Bournemouth. They lost to Chelsea at home. They lost to who else? There was another team they lost on. Villa. Yeah.
He's under pressure as well.
Under big pressure.
So that's an 8 o'clock on a Saturday night game. 12 o'clock on Sunday. I don't know why we're playing at 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
I thought he was going to say 12 o'clock midnight. It wouldn't surprise me in the Premier League.
In our lifetime, mate. I think we will see that. I think we'll see that.
We'll see that one day. Don't worry.
Yeah. But it's a midday kickoff on Sunday, which is tough on Palace because they're playing in France on Thursday night. But Palace United midday kickoff, and is this? I think this is you. Yeah, this is you.
This is you. Listen, United's performance. I thought Spurs were bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are the North Spurs. We're the Spurs of the North.
I thought Spurs in the North London derby was bad. But that performance by United on Monday, which I'm sure you predicted 3-0. You told me that they were
mate, have you seen Everton's TikTok? They've done a little bloody TikTok of me going, when they got sent off, I was like, here we go, easy 3 points. And fair play. I'm up for the banter, but I've got to say in my defense, we're just fans. We do predictions. We're predicting here. I can't help predicting that Man United are going to win comfortably. It's not my. People were saying it was my fault. I'm like, I wish it bloody was my fault. I wish I did pick the team because I'd have took a bloody defender off.
By the way, you see that guy who does the impression of you? He's brilliant, man. I thought it was you. Yeah. That guy is spot on.
He's better than me. I mean, it's a weird one, yeah.
He's good, but that performance on Monday was worse than Spurs. They were 10 men. The manager, what was he doing? Why does he continually want to just stick with the same formation? Honestly, he just reversed all the good work that he's been doing recently with what he did on Monday. He's under pressure, and you don't want to go Palace under pressure. And they're playing well. They're playing well, Palace.
They're like you. They've conceded less than 10 goals. Yeah.
I'm going for a draw in this game as well. I don't think I don't think necessarily you lose, but I can't see United winning this game either. Palace are they play the same formation. They just play it very well. So I'm going for a draw.
Funnily enough, again, it's like the Arsenal game. I don't want to shift from what I'd written down before. Maybe next week I'll just play it off key. But I put a draw down there because I know I've seen this movie before. Like everyone will go, Palace will win. United will do what inconsistent teams do. They'll probably put in. I wouldn't be surprised if. Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to say win again because Crystal Palace's admin's there ready to clip it. But I'm going to go with I will go with a draw. I don't think we can beat Palace. But
what was that on Monday, Mark?
Mate, I don't know. I mean, it's it's many years since Arsenal have been like that, but it's this ability to just the crowd was brilliant. The weekend results were good. We're 5 games unbeaten. We can go into the top 4. Everything is there. And then the players just don't turn up. But even worse than that, they get a player sent off after 20 minutes and you think that will spark them into life and they can't score a goal for 7. It was, like you say, that is one of the worst United performances. And what annoys me is that you wake up the next day and the fans are annoyed. But, when you get a feeling like your manager's under pressure or the owners aren't happy, there's nothing. The club are just sort of like, that's acceptable. And that's the big problem. Yeah. It's become acceptable to lose those types of games. And it was an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment.
No, that was an embarrassing defeat. I couldn't believe it. When Idrissa Gueye got sent off, I'm thinking this could be 3-4. Should be 3-4. And if anything, they looked the more likely team to score. I couldn't believe it. And by the way, that sending off for me, that was another ridiculous Premier League setting off to try ruin games, right? To me, that it's amongst their own players, just a little, when you see the replay, you could say, he slapped him or whatever, but in real time, it's barely it's just sort of like a get off sort of, what's wrong with that?
I said it I think Ruben Amorim said it as well. I said it during the game and some United fans, they're just so desperate to win. But I was like, one, when you go against 10 men, it ruins the game. It doesn't necessarily make it easier. And 2, it felt like cheating because it's not like he's fouled one of our players. It's just like, if you see that against Chelsea at the weekend where, I don't know, Saliba and Timber have a little bit of a thing and one of them gets sent off, that's not football, is it? I mean,
madness.
People get their letter of the rule book out. You're like a bloody geek from a teacher's pet. Do one. It's not football.
It was like the Lee Bowyer one years ago where they, Ricardo Fuller, where they're really tearing it. Come on, that was ridiculous. All right, letter of the law, Mike. So why? It just ruined. Yeah, listen, if I'm a United fan, I get it. I take it. Down to 10 men, you're hoping then that's a mega advantage. But I just felt the referee there. I couldn't understand. It's
like the Barcelona-Chelsea game, isn't it? As soon as Barcelona get that guy sent off, it's great for Chelsea because you're 1-0 up and, you're going to win the game. But for everybody else who's watching it, you're like,
game over.
It makes such a difference to a game.
Yeah.
Villa versus Wolves. Villa win. They're doing very well.
Yeah, Villa playing really well at the moment in a rich vein of form, and Wolves. Why did I don't know why that guy took that job. It was because he's left from the Championship to go back to the Championship with another team, probably closer to where he lives. I heard. So,
he's got to have it in his contract that if we get relegated, I still keep my job, because if he's gone in there thinking he can keep him up, he's gone.
No chance. Villa all day long.
You're first on this one. Good Sunday afternoon. 2 good Sunday afternoon games that we've still got to do. Forest against Brighton. Forest is still right down there, but Dyche in the last 3 games, draw, win, win. Brighton, win, draw, win in their last 3. And they're knocking on the door of top 4.
Brighton are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
I find it very difficult to call them to win away from home.
Yeah.
So I'll go for Forest win.
I've gone with a draw in that one. But Brighton are a bloody nightmare. But I'll give them a bit of credit. I'll go for a draw on that one. I can
just see one day Amorim getting sacked and Hertzler comes in.
I'd take him over Southgate though. That's my biggest fear. While Southgate's out of it, I think Liverpool, if they lose this game, Liverpool need to bring Southgate in. He's there, he's waiting. That would make my year. That would. It's been a tough year as a United fan, but if we can get Southgate as Liverpool manager on Christmas Eve, that would really make me very happy. But look, I'm first on this one, and this is a tough one to predict, because West Ham under Nuno are not the West Ham that we predict that were so bad. He's got 2 wins and a draw. They nearly beat Bournemouth last week, so we'd have had 3 wins in a row. They're out the bottom 4. He's doing a really good job, and Liverpool are 12th with 6 losses in 7, and they've got to go to West Ham, who will frustrate and counter. This is a tough one to call, and Arne Slot is under so much pressure. Nuno's had all week to prepare for it. They're buzzing. I'm going to go... I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm going to go Liverpool win. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I am going to go with Liverpool win, because I think they've got to win. They've got to start winning. I can't see them not getting top 4. And, if he loses this game, or even if he draws it, but if he loses it, I don't know. You really are in this point where all these slot outers are going to... Well, they're going to not be wrong, I don't think.
If he loses this, it's curtains. Surely, if he, I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. They cannot. I don't think it's going to be easy though.
No,
but I do think they'll get the win. They have to win. They have to win. If he loses West Ham.
They do create chances as well. I've watched a lot of Liverpool.
Yeah.
They do create chances. They're just not taking them.
West Ham are one of these teams, man. Sometimes they can, just turn up with a big performance. They've done it to us a few times. But, Liverpool win. I just don't think it's just that West Ham defence. Are they going to be able to hold out? I think Forest will be, a bit more better organised defensively. And mind you, Nuno will have them organised. I mean, this will be a really interesting game to watch. But you got to go. Well, I say you got to go.
Liverpool need to win it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, because a must-win for them is cup final. They got to win it. I'll go with Liverpool.
There we go. Okay, we're done. Thank you very much. We've got midweek Premier League fixtures next week. I don't know what we're going to do about that one. We might dip that, or maybe we'll do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. They started from the Tuesday, innit? So
got time on the Monday, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's another week. Make sure you play along. I know a lot of people do play along, but because you just be honest with yourselves. But I'll tell you what, there's I'm still reeling from that West Ham draw at Bournemouth. I'm looking at this week and I'm thinking, where's he pulled that one out again? But I'm not so sure he has. But yeah, okay. See what we can do. We've got this Operation Comeback again. for how many times this year. I'm not wearing an Arsenal shirt outside the Emirates. That's my motivation going into 2026.
Yeah, what size are you again?
Yeah, well, we'll leave that till May at least. Thanks for coming on, Robbie. Big weekend for you lot. And yeah, looking forward to it. Definitely the biggest game of the weekend, Chelsea at Arsenal.
Huge game.
Thanks everyone for watching. Smash the like and subscribe. We'll speak to you on the next one.